a copy of the data that NSA held in its database. So the actual billing records existed before and will continue to exist regardless of the future of the 215 program or the passage of HR 3361. And all those vulnerabilities to hacking and that sort of thing are things that the telephone companies deal with every day. And so the difference is that there will not be that government-held aggregated group of telephone numbers that we apply all those protections to. And so we make that database go away and instead rely on the billing records that the telephone companies have held for decades and continue to hold for their own purposes and query against those.
But don't you think that there's a big difference between the telephone companies holding this data for billing purposes versus holding it knowing that the government may come to them with specific selectors, which is going to make them curious about why the information's being requested. You're going to have to go across a large number of companies to find the information. That seems to me to inevitably involve more people. That's very different from the kind of data dump that you were receiving. And I just want to make sure, as we're trying to increase privacy, strengthen the safeguards, that we don't end up doing the opposite by having these data held by the private sector. I know they're held there now, but they're held for an entirely different reason. And now we're going to be asking those private sector employees to do the queries that are now done by an extremely limited classified number, so I can't say it, but an extremely limited number of federal employees.
I understand, ma'am. And we will work with the telephone companies to ensure that our queries are kept in a secure fashion by people who've gone through the security clearance process that the government runs to ensure that they're protected the right way.
Senator, also, if